Yeah, okay. We can start now. In the last class, we have discussed about these predicates, path predicates, and achievable paths. And we have something about the inputs and predicate interpretation. This is the example related to predicate interpretation and independence of variables and predicates. What is the correlation between the variables and predicates? Then these are some of the examples of the path predicate expressions. See, in this class we are going to discuss about this testing blindness. Okay, yeah. Testing blindness is a pathological situation in which it is a desired path is achieved for the wrong reason. See, uh, if you want to go for some desired path, whatever the path that is desired by a particular user, if he wants to go for that particular desired path, then if without going to the desired path, if he is getting into a harmful situation, then we can say that is a testing blindness. Unnecessarily, without knowing and unexpectedly, that particular user can get into that harmful situation. We can say that one as a testing blindness. Testing blindness is a pathological situation in which the desired path is achieved for a wrong reason. Okay, for a wrong reason we are not achieving the desired path. Instead of achieving the desired path, see, for only the wrong reason, instead of achieving the desired path, we are not achieving the desired path. Instead of achieving the desired path, we are getting into the harmful situation. We can say that one as a testing blindness. Okay, in the testing blindness we are having three types of testing blindness. Okay, we are having three types of testing blindness. First one is assignment blindness, and next one is equality blindness, and next one is self blindness. Assignment blindness, equality blindness, and self blindness. We are having these three types of testing blindness techniques. Okay, now let us see what is the assignment blindness. Okay, see, assignment blindness occurs when the buggy predicate appears to work correctly, because the specific value chosen for an assignment statements, it works with both the correct and incorrect predicate. It works both with the correct and incorrect predicates. Okay, when it occurs when the buggy predicate appears to work correctly. See, it appears to work correctly because the specific value chosen for an assignment. See, if you have chosen a specific value, if you are choosing a specific value for an assignment statements, works with both the correct and incorrect predicates. See, if you are taking an assignment value, but if it is working for both correct and incorrect predicate, then we can say this one as the assignment blindness. See, here you are assigning the value of x to 7. Here also we are assigning the value of x to 7. Here actually we have to write the condition here, only y greater than 0. But instead of y greater than 0, you had written the condition like, if x plus y greater than 0. Here you have written the condition like, if x plus y greater than 0. If x plus y greater than 0, then here we have written the condition like that. So if you have compared these two statements, if you have compared with these two statements, we can't find any error in this. Why? Because just simply without assigning wrong values, here by assigning the wrong values, both here in the correct predicate and in incorrect predicate, here the statement works. Why? Because here the variable is successfully declared, and it is appeared on that work correctly, and it works correctly. Because why it's work correctly? Because the specific value is chosen for an assignment statement, then definitely it will works. So we can say this one as a correct one, and this one as a buggy. We need not to say that it is a buggy, it also works. It is a correct predicate and it is an incorrect predicate. Both are working simultaneously in the same way. But here what happens means, here the assignment statement is changed such that it is not, it is a correct predicate, and this is not a incorrect correct predicate, this is a incorrect predicate. So here both can work simultaneously. In this particular case, there is a chance to get the assignment blindness. See, here it is saying if the test case sets y is equal to 1, the desired path is taken in either case, but there is a still bug. See, if it is y value is 1, suppose here if the y still if you are taking the y value 1 greater than 0, condition true. Here also x value 7, 7 plus 1 8, 8 is also greater than 0. In both the conditions, here also processing after the predicate, the test result is processed. Here also after this predicate, the entire process is processed. It is continuous, it continues its process. Even we can't able to identify that bug. That particular type of bug we can say erased, we can say it as assignment blind. At the time of assignment blindness, these type of bugs can be erased. So we can't, it is very hard to identify that particular type of bugs. Okay, here they are saying that one only. If the test cases sets y is equal to 1, then the desired path is taken either in the test case, the desired path is taken either in the test case, but there is a still we are having some bug. Okay, go for the next slide. See, this is another type of testing blindness technique. Second one, it is equality blindness. Equality blindness occurs when the path selected by a prior predicate. Suppose if a path is selected by a prior predicate, then it results in the value that works both for the correct and buggy predicate. Whether it is working for the correct predicate or whether it is working for the buggy predicate. Here also, it is the path is selected by the prior predicates. Before itself, the path is selected. Here both whatever the condition we have written, here the both the statements it is correct. Whether it is in previous condition, at both the statements, one is correct and one is incorrect, but here these two conditions are correct. Let us see. Here they have declared the y value to, and it has taken x plus y greater than 3. That is, x plus the value of the sum of two variables, the value of x plus y should be greater than 3. And here they have given the y value to, then if x greater than 1, if the value of x is greater than 1, here also based upon the here the y value is 2, based upon the value of x itself, the condition is satisfied. Here also in this particular statement, based upon the value of x only, we have to jump to the other statement. Suppose the first predicate, if y is equal to 2, it forces the rest of the path, it is forcing the rest of the path, so that for any positive value of x, the path taken at the second predicate will be same for the correct and buggy version. It is same for the correct and the buggy version. Here the path will be same as the, here it forces the rest of the path such that the positive value of x and the path taken at the second predicate will be same for the, it is correct for the buggy version. Here it is showing also that one only. The equality blindness occurs when the path selected by the prior predicate, it results in that value and works for the correct and buggy predicate. For example, suppose it is the correct value, but the predicate if I is equal to 2 forces the rest of the path, so that if for any positive value, whatever the positive value, for any positive value of x, the path taken and second predicate will be here both the first predicate and second predicate is also same. Here the two times that predicates also same. Here in this case the predicate is, here in this case the predicate is one is correct and one is incorrect, but in this particular case Here at this time the both are correct, and if it is results the value works both for the correct and it is both the results works for the both the correct and the buggy predicate. See here, this one also happening here, and this one is doing like this. So the first predicate, if I is equal to 2, forces the rest of the path, so that for any positive value occurs, the path taken at the second predicate will be the same for the correct and the buggy version. So here the equality blindness occurs when the path selected, if the path is selected, if the particular path is selected, if it results in the value that works on the both for the correct and buggy predicate. Here that is the example that they have given. For example, if they have chosen the value like that, here whatever the value that we have chosen is not important, but the value taken here is very important thing, that that particular person has to keep it on mind, that it should not be repeated again and again like that. So this is not a basic thing here, but it is a predicate logic. It is the same predicate logic that it will be appearing here. So we should not put any hopes here. Then go for the next slide. That is the third testing blindness. That is a self blindness technique. Self blindness occurs when the buggy predicate is a multiple of the correct predicate, and as a result it is indistinguishable along the path. It is not distinguishable, it is indistinguishable. Suppose the self blindness occurs when the buggy predicate is a multiple or correct predicate, and the result, what are the result? The result is indistinguishable along that path. For example, here the x value is a, here also the x value a. Here the condition is if x greater than 1, x minus 1 greater than 0, and if x plus a minus 2 greater than 0. It is the assignment statement here. Here we are here what in this self blindness means, actually we are doing the self, the person who is the user is doing the mistake like that, so that it is a multiple of the correct predicate, and as it is a result of indistinguishable along the path. It is not distinguishable, it is indistinguishable along the path. And if the self blindness occurs when the buggy predicate is a multiple of the correct predicate, and it is as a result of the indistinguishable along the path. For example, x is equal to a, is the correct predicate, but here we have written the condition of x minus 1 greater than 0. X minus 1 is greater than 0, and x plus a minus 2 greater than 0. Here we are giving the, here we have assigned the value of, here we have assigned this value of x to a, and again the assignment value x is equal to a makes the predicate multiples of each other. Here the direction is taken is to be sum of the corrected and the buggy version there. Here it is a self blindness occurs when the buggy predicate is a multiple of the correct predicate, and the result is indistinguishable along that path. It is not distinguishable, it is indistinguishable. Okay, this is the example. X is equal to a, x is equal to a, x minus 1 greater than 0, and x plus a minus 2 greater than 0. Here the assignment x is equal to a makes the predicates multiple of each other. These are the multiples of each other, so that the direction is same for the correct and the buggy version. For both the correct and buggy version, the direction is same. It is having the same direction. Okay, go for the next slide. This is about the path sensitizing technique. Path sensitizing technique, first of all you have to know about the review. It is based upon the achievable and unachievable paths. We are going to sensitize that particular path, so we can say that one as a path sensitizing. So if you want to select the test enough, we want to select and test enough the paths to achieve a satisfactory notion of the test completeness, such as C1 plus T2. We are having a test achievement such as C1 plus C2. C1 is the one achievable path, and C2 is the another type of C1 is the one type of achievable path. and C2 is the another type of the HUL path. And here we want to select and test enough paths to achieve a satisfactory notion of the test completeness. To satisfy our notion, we should follow some test completeness such as C1 plus C2. Here we have to extract the program's control flow graph. To extract the program's control flow graphs and select a set of tentative covering paths. First of all, we have to extract the program's control flow graph. What are the flow graphs that we have drawn for the program control? We have to extract that flow graph and we have to select the set of tentative covering paths. We have to select all that tentative covering paths. Okay. Then for any path in that set, we have to interpret the predicates along the path as needed to express. We have to need to express them in terms of input vector. We have to express them in terms of the input vector. Okay. In general, individual predicates are compound or may become compound as a result of interpretation. That is, as a result of the interpretation. So for any path in that set, we have to interpret that. Interpret means before the going to do the predicate, we have to take that predicate first, and along the path as need to express them in terms of the input vector. In terms of input vector, we have to express them. And in general, the individual predicates or the compounds or may become compound as a result of the, and it will become a compound as a result of the interpretation. Based upon the interpretation, it is going to check the random path such that it will be defined like that. So we have to trace the path. We have to trace the particular path. We have to multiply the individual compound predicates to achieve the Boolean expression. First of all, our target is to achieve the Boolean expression. Okay. Now let us see what is the Boolean expression. If it is a combination of these alphabets like this, and in between this alphabets, so just like we are calling that particular alphabets as the variables, but in between those alphabets, if you are going to perform some logarithmic operation or some logic related kind of operation, then there is then you can find the solution such that then we can say that is achievable. So now let's that what is we have to trace the path, and next you have to trace the path, and again you have to multiply the individual compound predicates to achieve the Boolean expression. To achieve a Boolean expression, we are having this type of variables: a plus b is equal to a plus b plus d plus e plus e into f g h I j k and I and L. These are the different conditions here. And next one is we have to multiply out the expression. You have to multiply that expression out, and you have to achieve the sum of products, just like first of all we are going to multiply with this one with this one. See, a d f g h I j k l, a e f g h I j k l, b c d e f g h I j k l, b c e f g h I j k l. See, this is the whenever you are going to multiply that particular expression, this is the output that we are going to get. Okay, and you are multiplying this particular, when you are going to multiply this particular expression, this is the output that we are going to get. But each product in terms here you are having the multiple products. In that multiple product, we are going to take some path, and based upon that path we are going to take the and the decision means, then immediately you have to trace that particular path. Whatever the path is the desired or is not the genuine path, we can say. If it is correct or not, how we can check means, if it is working properly and doing it, and it should not be repeated again and again, we can say that one as a it has worked properly. Then